One wheel is out. You know what that means? It's time for an RV resort video review. This is going to be an interesting one. Heading to the front. Welcome to Yacht Haven RV Resort. We are outside of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, of course, and it's sunny. It's 78 degrees today, and what better place to be at a motor coach and yacht resort, except they allow you to come with your, your fifth wheels and your tow behinds and stuff. This is a very unique property, but before we jump into it, I gotta share something with you. If you're coming to this property, you're gonna be coming on this highway. If you're coming from the north, you're gonna take that exit and you immediately have to get over 5 lanes of traffic to make the turn into here. I would highly suggest, depending on where you're coming from, to look at your directions on how you're getting here. Because for us, being as big as we are, we drove it ahead of time just to kind of scout it out. And getting over those 5 lanes was a tough challenge. So keep that in mind. Number 2, this was a motor coach only resort at one time, and it is no longer that. There's going to be different nuances to this RV resort that are going to showcase both things. So I'm going to show you those. This is the entrance in. So when you come in, there's this wonderful place to park. Long space here, and then you'll park here and then walk into the visitor center, and then we'll head off this way. All right, there's a long drive in from the main gate area and come straight back. Now, these first sites that you're going to see on your left, if you're looking on the map, these are all probably maybe 40 feet. They're not really designed for your 45 footers. When they design these sites, the park's a little older and it's been rehabbed over the last 5 years. But when they designed these, they were looking for the smaller travel trailers that would fit in, which they fit great on this main entrance side, but it's not gonna be geared as much towards your longer fifth wheels. So keep that in mind. So you're gonna have to go down this long straightaway. The corners are fairly wide because this is the way we came in as well to get to our site. So don't feel intimidated like it's crowded in on you or anything, but let's go to where the real stuff is. Oof. This is that first corner. Now, from this point, there are 3 cul-de-sac basically areas that you're going to be staying in. So the first one goes down to the first point. So we're going to do that because it's closer to your pool and workout facility, things like that, some amenities. And so let me show you that real quick. The sites do get a little bigger on this area. As you can see, you got places to park. Again, you're going to be looking at about a 65-foot site. The sites are not horrendously long, and it's not as bad when it's like here and you can put your deck down towards the back. The bad part is on this side when they're long sites, but a lot of the electrical outlets and things like that are right at the base and the back of the site, like this. So you don't take that into consideration because now those are in the way if you're wanting to put your back deck down, depending on what you have. So it's a question that you need to ask if you're coming here. We're coming right up on the second turn that goes around to the 3 cul-de-sacs, and this is the pool. Since we're here, let me show you the pool real quick. It's a nice pool. It's 7 foot on the other side of it. This park, I would say, is more geared not as much towards children. It's more geared towards probably adult-friendly type scenario. And then right next to that, right here, that's your workout room. So let me show you. Oh, somebody's in here working out. That would be rude. I'm not going to do that. Sure, workout facility is in this building right here. Okay, let me take you down to the end. Women kind of frown on you walking in with a video camera, shooting video as they're working out. They don't generally like that too much. So when they redid some of the park, They put in fake grass, so it's all fake grass, and you could drive on it, actually. And then you'll see some of these sites are basically paved. Some have a little concrete, some have pavers. So these sites they all have pavers. And I would put these sites around 75 feet in length. And on this side though, if you can see, this whole RV park is next to docking areas for yachts. Hence the reason it's called Yacht Haven. So you'll see these all through the park. So depending on the sites you're choosing will depend on if you're like on a marina side or if you're just backed up. These will be cheaper if you're not next to the water, of course, and your price ranges are going to be anywhere from $125 to $200+ a night. Yeah, you heard me right. That's why it's called the luxury RV resort. Let me show you down here, because this is neat. There's an Airstream Village down this way. They have a little Airstream Village that you can rent and stay in, like Airbnbs. And then here's all the different yacht areas. And then those yacht areas come in and then they go down. So you can actually stay right here on one of the points down this direction. I want you to see something though. At the end of this cul-de-sac, since this was geared more towards motor coaches back in the day, every motor coach would pull in and then all they had to do was back out and then go forward. The turning radius at these cul-de-sacs, if you're having a 45-foot toy hauler or you're our size, this makes it very challenging because these turnarounds are not very big. So this is something that you really need to be aware of, because you're going to come, you got to make the turnaround to come back and then pull into these sites that are slanted this direction. So you got to do the turnaround first and then do this. So keep that in mind. Every one of these 3 areas with the cul-de-sacs, same way, smaller turnarounds. Now I'm going to show you some really, really nice sites here over on the other cul-de-sacs so you can see those too. Here's a small little dog park area. The only place that you have for kids to play is this little area here. They just put this up actually in the last week. So it's not very big by any means. Again, I think this RV resort gears more towards the retired individuals. People are going to come here for a few months that enjoy having waterfront property. Okay, here's this area that's like their new and improved luxury side. And so you can see the sites are wider and they're paved. And these are great. I'm going to show you the best site, I think, in the park here in a little bit, and that's where we're parked. But these are great. They're back straight up against the water and the yachts. They're wider, you have pavement. You've got these little patios that they made on some of these sites. So these are going to be considered more of your premium sites, especially if you have fifth wheels. Here's a Brinkley. So if you have your fifth wheels and you like that type of area, that's great. Here's a little ATC, I think. Is this an ATC? Stealth? Yeah. So you'll see fifth wheels backed up to the water. Here's another one of these really tiny turnarounds though. So the A is at the point. This is, I call it 𝘀𝗁𝐿 Point, I guess. These are all A pull-ins that overlook this area. Super nice to see the boats coming in and out. It's a great place to really check things out. Cones are out because a lot of people are coming in. Hey, morning. That's the marina side. There's another little area. I don't know, I've enjoyed seeing the yachts come in and out. This is that third cul-de-sac area that's way off. And these are again, your super premium type sites. Some of these in this corner here are pretty high end. And then you'll see basically depending on the pavers. But as you're looking on the map, just keep that in mind. This is the shortest little area. I bring you down here because of this premium site. This is the nicest site I guess they have here. You come in and then it's got 3 different sites that you can pull into. Again, this is geared probably more towards your motor coaches versus your fifth wheels, but I guess you could practice your back end skills here. It's nice. It has its own little cabana that you can sit at and stuff. So it's just probably one of the nicest sites here in the park. But where we're staying, I really like it because the location, and I'll explain to you when you see it. If you're looking on the map, this will be kind of like the way out. This is going to be the long straightaway before you turn to go to the exit and then out. So along that way are these premium sites. Now, I like these sites. These were completely empty for the longest of times, and now everyone's coming in for winter. But you see, everything's kind of spread out. They're easier to get into. Pretty much, I feel these are the best. I had to make 2 turns to get down to this road, and then from this road I was able to go all the way down. And as you can see, these are all A pull-throughs. We got permission to back in, and then we put all our hoses underneath because I thought this would be the best way for us to get out since we're big rig friendly. But here's a Prevost, and he has a double stacker, and his double stacker is down there. And we'll go over big rig friendly stuff here in a second. But as you can see, these are great sites. We're tucked away in the corner where there's actually overflow parking. This is the overflow parking area, and we accommodated by getting another site for the truck. I will say they're extremely friendly in the office to try to help accommodate a big rig scenario. I would say that there's not a lot of additional parking areas for your double stacker trailers, so you definitely are going to need to call. And the sites are not long enough for us to park the truck unless we parked in the grass. They probably would allow us to do that, but we didn't ask. So the sites, we're 54 feet. So if you look at it, our back bumper's at the back, and then we put the back deck down. So that's 54 to here. Then we have the Bronco. So you're probably pushing a 70 to 75 foot site is what you're looking at. And they do allow you to park on the grass. So if we needed to, we could park the Bronco over here, but the truck wouldn't fit. So it's not long enough to accommodate our setup because we're so much bigger. Now, if you're at a 45-foot toy hauler and using your HDT, I think you'd be just fine, quite honestly. But here's the reason why I like it. 1, it's at the very corner down here, so it's quieter. 2, when we go to leave, since we're so big, all we have to do is pull straight out, make that right-hand turn, and go straight down and out the gate. So you're wondering, well, why would you come here? What's the allure? Besides, it's nice. There's not many amenities. You're not going to play pickleball here. There's no pickleball. The pool's small. I did not ever see a hot tub. The workout facilities are small. But look at this. We can sit on our back deck and watch the yachts come and go. We had a yacht sitting here. It was interesting to visit with them. That yacht, I think, is $5.5 million. And then we're right on the water. So we've seen dolphins swimming out here and stuff. And then you see a lot of this is like a work facility. So some sort of harbor that they can do repair work on. So you see a lot of interesting boats coming in and out. But it's a pretty setup for sure. The question is you have to make the call if it's worth the money. You also have to make the call if you like the amenities. It's an older, updated park if you want to navigate that. There is no main store when you come in. There's just this little bitty office up front where they're checking you in. There's no other store. Now, food, we can just walk not even a quarter of a mile. There's a restaurant we went and ate at in the marina, which was actually really good. And then there's lots of food in the Fort Lauderdale area. Our daughter now lives in this area, so it was easy and convenient. It was 10 minutes away. if you like this type of review and you like to see something different, I just thought that I would share with you, if you're big rig conscious, these are the things you have to be considering coming here. That's pretty much it. Hopefully this review helps. It's a little tricky. This was the trickiest one that we think we've done out of all of them, because this will be part of your taste or not. There's discounts if you call in, depending on the part of the year. If you stay for a full month, I think there's a 15% discount. If you try to book during the summer, pre-book, I think there's like a 25% discount. If you stay 3 months or longer, there's a 20% discount. If you stay up to 6 months, there's a 27% discount. Those are just things that she just said off the top of her head. So I would just urge you to call if you're wanting to come here for winter, or if you have other plans. But as long as you're here, enjoying the yachts, sitting on here, watching sunsets, it's a good place to stay. Okay, that being said, I'm out. Hopefully this helps.